This story is based on a real place, or so they say. In the outskirts of Sarajevo, there is a crumbling hotel that has been closed since 1997. The place was evacuated after a string of bizarre, unsolved deaths. But the real terror wasn't the hotel itself. It was room 313. The room was officially removed from all hotel records. Its door was painted over. No key existed. But people still heard things from behind that wall, whispers, knocking, screams at 3:13 a.m. sharp. And then one day a young man stood before the wall. His name was Samir, a 28-year-old paranormal explorer from Dubai. He'd made a name for himself exploring cursed places, and this, he was sure, was the ultimate destination. This is the one, he told his audience in a teaser video. If I survive the night, I'll be legend. On the night of June 2nd, 2022, he slipped past the hotel's locked doors. He found the room. The number had been scratched off, but faintly visible beneath the chip paint. 313. He set up his camera, a small one, inconspicuous. He didn't want to draw attention. He'd brought a flashlight and a spirit box, an old transistor radio that tuned into random frequencies. The last guest who stayed in room 313 claimed voices spoke to him through it. If the spirits wanted to speak to Samir, he'd be listening. He turned off his phone, leaving it outside the room, then cracked the door open and stepped inside. At 2:45 a.m., he began live streaming. For the first hour, there was nothing. Just dust motes in the single ray of moonlight. The air was cold, musty, like old blood. Then the spirit box began to pick up a frequency. Static, a woman's voice. "Get out," she said. "Why are you here?" Then the scratching sound, like metal on wood, followed by a heavy thud. The camera shook. Then the door slammed shut behind him. It wasn't supposed to close. It wasn't locked. Samir gasped, then quickly, "Don't be scared," he whispered, more for himself than anyone else. "It's just the wind." The camera glitched. The light flickered, then died, plunging the room into near total darkness. A sliver of moonlight remained, just enough for Samir to see something in the corner of the room, tall and pale. He shone his flashlight on it, but it disappeared. Was it a person? Had the door hit someone? He called out, but his voice sounded alien, distorted. He was suddenly very afraid. He fumbled for his phone, the screen brightening, casting his face in an eerie green light. "Guys," he whispered, "I think there's someone in the corner. He's not moving. He's just watching." Viewers in the chat typed back, laughing, telling him to run, telling him it was fake. But Samir knew it wasn't. Not when the hairs on the back of his neck prickled. Not when the temperature dropped and the floorboard creaked above him. Not when the faint scratching came again. This time closer, like fingernails on wood. "I don't want to die," he whispered, backing away from the corner, away from the wall, away from the door that was now 313 again. He could feel eyes boring into him, waiting for him to turn around. But the live stream kept going. It had to. The phone was recording even though he wasn't touching it. Even though he couldn't see, he heard the whisper in his ear. "Don't look away. Don't turn off the light." Then he saw it again, the tall figure, just beyond the reach of the flashlight, standing by the wall, by the door. But it wasn't just standing. It was moving, coming towards him. Samir screamed and backed away, tripping over his own feet, scraping his hands on the concrete floor. The figure reached him, brushing past him, and the screen went black. The next day, police found the hotel. Room 313 was empty, no blood, no sign of Samir. The door was slightly ajar, revealing an empty room, a dusty room, a room without a window, without a keyhole, without a lock, without a door. There were no fingerprints on the door, No marks where the doorknob might have been, only the scratches. And outside the room, found the GoPro, still recording, still at 3:13 a.m. Still showing the empty hallway, but on the walls, scratched in a dozen languages. The same 3 words: don't look away, don't turn off the light. A week later, hundreds of Samira's viewers began reporting the same nightmare. A door in their house appears that wasn't there before. It has no number. Until midnight, 313 burns into the wood. They say if you hear a knock at 3:13 a.m., you only have one chance. Don't open it. Don't look. Don't blink. Because room 313 doesn't want visitors anymore. It wants replacements. Thanks for watching. Check out another short and see you tomorrow.